Hi everyone, thank you for watching. This is Perry Trade. So if this is your first time watching this video, please remember to like and subscribe. So before I start, I just want to let you know that the background music that you're listening to is as of courtesy of Filmora, my video editing platform. So I don't want to be copyright, so I'm just putting it out there. So in today's video, I want to go ahead explain this Halftrend strategy that I've been testing. So in my previous video, I went ahead and showed you the Halftrend strategy and also the other indicators that I've used, and also the ATM strategy I use in analyzing the trade, and also showing you the performance of the trades. So I want to do a follow-up on this one chart that you're looking at now. So I'm using ATR as stop loss and also an R&R profit target, right? So if I, let me go ahead and show you the performance. So right here's the performance. So for this strategy, I ran it for a couple of weeks. I believe it was 2.5 weeks, even though the date shows here July 3rd and 24th. So I had it running prior, so I didn't actually enable the strategy till after the second week. So even though you show the beginning of July, the strategy, the profit reflects 2.5 weeks of trading. So here you can see here I had a gross loss of 14,000. Then my max drawdown here is 5,990, right? So what I am going to do, let me look at the equity curve right here. So you can see the equity curve, it's just up and down, and then had this huge long run up here and then down again here. And so what I want to do is I want to focus on the huge drawdown I had of $5,000. So let me just maximize this right here, and let's look at the drawdown that I have sustained, which was cumulative max drawdown right here. So I had 1,800 drawdown. I had, so I believe was, that's 3,000. So I want to pinpoint these drawdowns here. So there's 3,000, 1,000. There's a drawdown of 4,000 here. So what I want to look at is on July 23rd. So I'm actually going to look at the trade, the actual trade. Let's look at the trades, the individual trades here. So these are cumulative right here. And so I think I had a huge drop right around here. So let's look at, these are all the drawdowns here. So obviously if you took an average of all of these trades here, that would be an average MAE here, maximum adverse excursion, like I explained in my previous video. So let me scroll down some more to get the highest number. That's 1,800. And see, 3,700. See, was there any higher than 3,700? Yes, 5,900. So this is what I want to pinpoint right here. So I want to avoid this right here from happening. So we're going to look at is, so obviously, you know, when I look at the time, I'm not going to be trading at this time. Okay, so you can see here, I won't be trading at this time. So one thing I noticed here, that the drawdowns here, where I got the highest drawdown, is the times where I wouldn't be trading here. I would be skipping the trades here because for this strategy, I'd be watching it. So normally the time I'll be trading would be at 9:35 until 11, and then again I would resume from 1 to 4 p.m. So here I would not be trading, so I would definitely be avoiding these huge drawdowns. So actually my net profit would be much higher. So let's scroll up a little. Let's see. So here's some drawdowns. 11:355. Yes, I won't be trading around this time. 11 p.m. Not that time. Not that time. Not this time. So all of these drawdowns appears to be in early in the morning or also late at night after the market's closed. So here where we sustain a lot of drawdowns. So I would not be trading around these times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a time limit. All right. I'm going to run this strategy again. All right. So that's one thing I'm going to do. So I'm trying to be realistic as possible because this was ran 24 hours a day. And so I believe that if I run it on the times that are when the market is volatile, there's a lot of movement, then that would be better. So let me close this. And so the second thing I was going to do, even before, so this is like analyzing the trade, right? Before I was going to do what I said I was going to do now, set the time limit. I have on the right side, you see this reverse exit. So basically, once you get into a trade and it goes in the opposite direction, right? It exits the trade. So what I was going to do also too is I'm going to change this option, right? To reverse, so that once it goes in the trade, once it detects that it's going in the opposite direction, then it would take that trade in the opposite direction. Okay, but that doesn't happen frequently, just rarely. So that's where you get the huge drawdown, when it's going in the opposite direction. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing is I'm not going to do it all these options at the same time, but I'm just going to do the time filter first, and then I'm going to do the changing the reverse position, and then the third option is adding a filter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just close out these charts here. So this one I'm going to add a time filter. So let's go into so actually I'm going to go ahead and disable the strategy. But like the strategy is disabled already. That's weird. If it's disabled, this shouldn't be showing. Let's just do it. Let's go to strategy. That's weird. So let me go here. So I have it disabled. That's weird. So let's enable it. All right, so it's enable, and let me disable it. Apply. Okay, so let me add the time filter. So the time filter here, add 2 time filters. (9:30 a.m. till 11. AM. And then I will also resume at 1. PM, and then in at 4 PM. Okay, so those are my time filters. So there's 2 time filters, 9:30 to 11, and then from 1 to 4. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and enable the strategy. So everything stays the same. Click apply, then click OK. So actually, before I actually have it enabled, okay, so it's enabled. So the reason why you see these 2 checks marked is because the predator strategy is reading the plots correctly. So let me do one more thing. Let me go back to strategy. Let me disable it. So you have to disable it in order to copy the template parameters to create a template with the parameters I just entered, right? So I'm going to go to template, going to save. I already have it saved, which is the Halftrend V4, so that is that, and click save, replace, and click OK. So I copied as a template because when I apply it to a different chart, I don't have to input the parameters one by one again. I just go into template and then load the same parameters, right? So this is the 15-minute Hakanashi, right? And so I'm going to go into this chart right here, same chart, same indicator, and I'm going to apply the strategy. Strategy. And this is the predator. And I'm going to go to template. I'm going to go to load. And I'm going to go to Halftrend V4, load. So it's going to load the same exact strategy that I had put into the chart with the time filters, right? So what I'm going to do differently is I'm going to remove the time filters here because I don't want the time filter because this is option 2 that I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is no time filter, right? Well, I shouldn't even have added the template. Well, I needed to add the template because I needed the same parameters here. So this is option 2. So option 2 is I'm going to apply, click OK, let it, gonna wait a couple of seconds. Okay, here it is. So I have, see the first one I have, where is it? Did I enable it? Oops, I guess I didn't enable it. Did I? Hope I did. Okay, maybe I didn't enable it. Let me go to strategies. Make sure it's enabled. Okay, so let's go to enable the first one. Enable. Apply. Click OK. Okay, that's enabled. So this is the option 1, adding the time filters. And then option 2 for this one, for this chart, we're going to change. Actually, this was showing reverse. This was showing reverse exit before, right? So this one is going to show reverse, right? So reverse exit. And reverse exit. So if it reverses, then we exit. So let's see if that makes a difference. This is reverse exit. Reverse exit, and then you have this door. So you have this reverse, and you have this door here. This is what it was before. But now I have reverse, reverse. Alright, so let me just add this. So if the same condition apply going reverse, no, let me just click on that. So the first one have reverse exit indoor, and then I have reverse reverse indoor, right? So that's the second option. So now the third option is, that should be a 15-minute Hakanashi chart. Minute Hakanashi chart is, I want to go to strategies. What did I say I was going to do with this one? Actually, let me load the template. Load. Before load. Hopefully that's the right template. Okay, so I have the time filters, ATR multiplier. Let me remove the time filters. So I want to see if I can eliminate that drawdown. If I can eliminate that drawdown with the time, without the time filter, that'll be great. So then if I can avoid that altogether and then add the time filter, that's even better. So let me remove the time filters. Yeah, I said I was going to do a third option, I remember. Let's see. So I have an ATR stop. Maybe my ATR for my trail stop is too high. Maybe I should change that to 2.5. Maybe that'll eliminate that. The huge drawdown. 2.5. Maybe it's too high. My risk, my ATR profit is 5. So I would have less trail stop profit trigger. So my profit here, 0.5, 0.7 is good. Let me change that to 0.5. So 2.5 and 0.5. My profit target for the second is 0.5, so I should change that to maybe 1. Let me change that to 1 so I get more. No, risk to reward, no. 0.5 is good. Let me change that 0.7. So let's see if that makes a difference. So I have autofill resolution high, though I'm using Hakanashi. So everything stays the same. Okay, let me enable it. Apply. Click OK. So I have reversal, which is the same as the original, right? Reverse exit. Reverse exit. So let me leave it like I had it before. Reverse exit. Reverse exit. So the only thing, so I have it. Okay, so here. So the first one, I added the time filter. Second option, I changed the reverse exit method in case it goes in the opposite direction, to take the trade in the reverse opposite direction here. And then the third option, what I did is, this is the same, but the only thing I did change here is the parameters. Okay, and so all the strategies are enable, and I'm going to run it. Let me actually reset this. Usually your strategy isn't supposed to be enabled when you do this. What's going to happen is that it's going to hang, and it's going to hang there. So I should have disabled my strategy, then reset the time. See how it's taking long? So what I'll usually do, hopefully all my strategy parameters remain the same, is I'll go here, go to disconnect, and then connect back to playback. Then click continue. Alright. So now, well, when I disconnect, automatically your strategy are all disconnected. So let me go back and enable them, and hopefully my parameters still remain the same. Let's see. Okay, that still remain the same, so I'm going to enable this. Then that, so I'm going to wait. Okay, so that's enable reverse exit. And then this one. So you don't have to right click on a chart. You can actually go into the control center, go to strategies, and enable your strategies right here as well. So that's a quick way of doing it. So make sure that this says reverse exit here, and then this one, no time filter, but change this right here. And then this one, which is enable, I only changed the parameters. So here I'm running it from July 1st here through July 26th. So, and usually I'll have this up here. So I'm just testing the different settings, see where I would gain the most. Then once I finish testing, then what I would do is now test it in the live market and see how well that does for about a week or 2 weeks. And then if it does well, then test it live. So I have the accounts here. So, and my profit, the total P&L should show here. Also, each chart will also show a P&L on here. We'll show the total P&L and also the daily P&L here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. Now, this may take, because I'm testing 1 month, this is going to take almost maybe the entire day, because I've been testing all week and it's been taking the whole entire day, unfortunately. So I'm just going to stop the video after I've start testing it, or press the play button, and then I will stop the video. And then once I'm completely done with testing it, then I will go ahead and record and show you the performance from all 3 charts. And I will increase the speed, because obviously this is normal speed right here. So this is just normal speed. You'll be here for the whole entire month watching this from start to finish. But if you want to speed it up, and just go ahead and speed it up to, I usually do 1,000 times. So that's like every 10 seconds.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
Right. So you can see already,
Order submitted.
I'm already starting to get
Order submitted. Order submitted.
orders already.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
And
Order
I'm going to
filled.
turn down the
Order
volume.
submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order filled.
So I'll just
Order
leave it for the
canceled.
first, I don't
Order
know,
submitted.
5 minutes.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
So I'm back again. So now it's in the afternoon. The strategy just finished testing. So it tested from July 1st through July 26th. This is market replay. This is the Halftrend strategy. And so what I did was I have 3 chart up here on the bottom. And so if you watch my previous video, I explained the initial strategy testing that I did and the modification that I was going to implement. So the modification were for this first chart, I went ahead and added 2 time limits. Okay, so the strategy begins at 9:30, then ends at 11 o'clock for the morning session, and then for the afternoon session, it resumes at 1 o'clock until 4 p.m. So that's the modification. Now on this second chart, the modification that was done here is this reversal parameter here. Here I had the reversal exit, and then for this chart I went ahead and changed it to reverse exit. So what that does is, I believe once it gets into a trade, open trade, once it detects a trade in the opposite direction, then it would exit the trade. And for this third chart, what I did, the modification that was done here, I just went ahead and changed the ATM parameters. So I changed the R&R profit target, and I believe I had adjusted the ATR. So those are modifications I made in these 3 charts to see what what the performance would be, how different the profits would be compared to the initial test that I did, that I showed in my previous video. So let's look at the first chart here. The first chart has a time limit here. The profit made was $7,255 here. So let me go into the strategy performance. And so you can see here the total net gross profit was $12,000. Gross loss was $5,000. And the max drawdown was $3,700. And if you go here, the profit factor 2.35, which is pretty good. I mean, anything above 1.5 is pretty good. And you can see here, so don't worry about the start date. I'm not sure why it's showing June 28th, but the actual testing took place in between these dates right here. And you can see here the percentage profitable, 83%. Long trade, 80%. Short trade, 85%. Total winning trade is 20%, and then losing trade is only 4 losing trade. So the strategy does pretty well detecting the reversal points and also the trends. You can see the average winning trade is, let's see, $632. And average losing trade, which is surprising, is $1,346. So this is where I need to try to see if I can reduce this. And one way I can do that is I can set a loss limit, and so that when it reaches maybe have a loss limit of $1,000. So if it reaches $1,000, then it would shut down, or better, I can just make my loss limit 500. So anything above, if my loss is at 500, then it would just shut down completely for that day. Let's see, max consecutive winners 14, and max consecutive losers 2. So in this one whole month, I've not had any losses. Only 2 losses in a row that I've had, so which is pretty good. And largest losing trade 1,850, and I know what that is. I believe that was on July 16th, I believe. And I had I'll show you this trade right here, and you can see here the profit per month $9,620 right here. As you can see, the maximum adverse excursion right here. So this is my maximum drawdown right here, 741, and then my maximum favorable excursion 983. So if I set my loss limit at $1,000, I should be good. All right, so that's for that. And here, let me just show you the equity curve right quick. Here's the equity curve, and this is a huge drawdown right here. And then so if I have the loss limit here, maybe 500, then I would stop trading here and then resume trading the next day. And then so this total profit would have been higher. So let's look at the hours in the trading right here. So here my net profit for each hours. So here's the hours that I have set, the hours that I'm trading. And you can see here at 2 p.m. this is where I had the big loss right here. And let's look at the days of the week. So Tuesday is my worst day right here. And let me look at the trades really quickly. And so let's see where we had the big loss. Let's see, actually, is this it? No. So let's go here, trades. Okay, so here, July 16th right here. So you can see here I had 2 losses. These are the 2 contracts right here. So I had a huge drawdown right here. So July 16th. So I'm going to try to see if I can reduce this from happening, or prevent this from happening. Unfortunately, it happened in the time frame that I'm trading. So I'd be watching, if I'm watching the chart, I'd be like, watching this huge drawdown. And who knows, if I was watching it, it was going, more than 1,000, maybe I'd just shut it down for that day and then resume trading, right? So let me close out of here. And so let's go look at the other charts. So the other charts here, which I had changed the reversal parameters and made a profit of 12,120. Let's look at the equity curve. Let's look at the equity curve right quick. So here's the equity curve. Looks pretty good. It's steep. That's what you want to look for, right? And if I go to summary, you can see here I had a total net profit of 12,000, gross profit 23, gross loss 11,000, max drawdown 2,500. And you can see here profit profit factor 2.05. Average the percentage profitable 59%. 62 winning trade, 42 losing trades. The average winning trade 381. Average losing trade 274. Largest winning trade 1,300. Largest losing trade 1,100. And so the profit per month based on this strategy potentially $16,000, right? And largest drawdown, which is pretty good, 321, and the favorable 379. So when you have the MFE higher than the MAE, which is pretty good, right? So I can probably set my stop loss maybe 500, 800. That should be able to sustain those drawdowns. All right, and then the last chart, which I had changed the ATM strategy, that profited 13,990. So let's see, that is more than the previous chart, 13,900. These just the parameters were changed in the ATM strategy, the ATR, and then the R&R target. Let's look at the equity curve. So here's the equity curve. Started going up, then up, then down, then up, and down again, then up again, and then kind of leveled out, and then down again. The summary, again, gross loss 19,000, gross profit 33, profit factor 1.73, and you can see here 69% profitable. Winning trade, average winning trade is 517, average losing trade is 682, largest winning trade is 1900. Largest losing trade is 1,800, and based on the strategy, could potentially make 18,000. And then MAE is 532, and then the MFE 656. So I think that's pretty good. You know, being that I have the gross loss is 19,000. But still, it's profitable. The strategy is profitable. So what I'm going to do is continue changing the parameters, the settings a bit. Definitely, I would have to add 2 more confluence indicators, an isolator that will prevent me from going into trades when, for example, if I go here, July 16th, let me show you really quickly. So that's July 18th. Let's go to July 16th right here. So I already highlighted it here. And so if, let me scroll up. Right here, so you can see here. So this is what happened here. Let me zoom in so you can actually see it. So here you can see here I have my entry short, 2 contracts. So I had the signal candle, and then confirmation candle went in here, went into a short trade, and then right after I went in here, you had a green candle. He had a red candle, I think broke the low, this candle, right, broke the open, right, and then it closed out here. But had it continued, you can see here, this was a downtrend. This was just a pullback, So perhaps I should, well, the strategy is automated. So the trend, it stopped me out here. So if I continue going down here, then I would have had that profit. So you can see here, let me show you that loss from here to here should be 1800, right? Those are my losses, right? 1805 right here. So had I just continued with the trend, and let's say if I got stopped out here, right, that would have been $650, right? So I would have lost 1800. So 1800, that's like 3200 right there, I lost right there. So all the profit I made, I lost them here, but I gained it back as the trade was progressing. I still made back what I lost and still profited 7,255. So I'm going to add 2 more indicators here to see if I can prevent this trade from happening. And because this strategy was just a set it forget it, I just left it on and let it trade. Perhaps if I was looking at it, I could have adjusted my stop loss, and so I can sustain this drawdown, and so would have gotten out here. So again, I want to thank you for watching my video, my analysis on the Halftrend strategy. So please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on my next video.